You clicked on this video, meaning I only have 2 minutes maximum, 1 minute minimum to keep your attention to why you should finish watching this video. And today I want to talk about a book I just recently finished reading called Firekeepers Daughter by Angeline. I don't want to butcher her last name. And this book follows Donis, who is Daunis. I might have pronounced that or butchered that name, I apologize. But this book follows Donis, who is of the Native community, the Ojibwe community. And let's get right into it, right? So, she, as an individual, is someone who has been looked down on by the community just because her heritage isn't so particularly complete or upright. And what I mean by that is that, like, you know how I'm gonna paint a very good picture that might not be, so outright from what happened here, but just to give you a narrative. So you're in a community where maybe both your parents have to be from that same community, but maybe your mom went to college and she met this particular guy who is not of the community but might be so similar, and they have you, and the community is having a hard time accepting you. That is exactly what Dennis is going through. And it's quite different because in this particular community that's not so big, everyone knows almost everybody. She has rich, not rich, but like a, what's the word? A trust fund background. So she's going to be set. She knows that she's going to go for college, and there's a particular college she's supposed to go to because of, where she's from. And her grandmother is sick, her uncle just died, so she has to kind of figure out what exactly she wants to do. But let me tell you, that's not even the best part of this story. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. I've set out who the character is, so you kind of know what she's going through right now. There is an investigation going on in this community, and it's like for meth, right? Drugs, whatever. And I don't want to spoil it, so actually I was gonna give you the whole rundown. So basically, Dennis has to work with the FBI to figure out what is going on in the community. Why are people dying? Why and where is this drug ring coming from? Where did it originate from? And this is the thing. A murder happens that she witnesses, and she kind of has to go, that is why she has to go undercover, because then she's seen it. And I don't know if it's a thing with the FBI where it's like, okay, now you've seen it, so you're a part of it, and might as well just, go with it along the way. Because I personally, if I see something, honestly, you didn't see, I'm just going to be out of there because I don't want that kind of thing on my conscience. Anyway, now, she's seen this, she has to go, and the not to give anything away again, the murder that happens is something that hits the community again. So she kind of has to go undercover, not telling anyone at all, as any undercover story goes. That's one thing as well. So now we've seen her background, we've seen what the plot of the story is. Now this is where it gets more interesting. There is romance in this book. And you might have guessed it, there's obviously someone who's undercover, who has come, with the FBI, and he has to blend in with the community. And he has a similar background to Donis. Not so similar, but basically, he's not sure what tribe he originates from. And he identifies with one tribe, but obviously maybe by appearance or by name or just by family, people know he's not from there, but they know he might be affiliated. So he's having a hard time trying to identify where he comes from. However, it's not really his problem because he's just here to work and get done with it. Now, Donis has to be with this guy in close proximity, and of course, there is a slow burning budding romance. Now, I'm not someone who really enjoys a slow burn because I'm like, get to it. However, in a story like this, where the romance is not even the prize, like, it's like you're reading, so when you're like, I don't know, you're on an excursion, and it's going so amazing, you're seeing like, I don't know, let's just imagine trees and nature, and then it just so happens that they have snacks on board on the tour bus or whatever, and they give you some snacks. It's like a little prize for you to enjoy with this. So that's what happens. They're going through this investigation, and obviously for them to play the part, they have to play the part of them being a couple. And we get to see Donis's mind where she's like, well, I'm not really with this. There's a lot more going on this romance. However, just from her seeing his point of view of, not really knowing where he's from, and then she's kind of stuck between, is this really you not knowing where you're from, or is it just, part of the file that you've read to kind of play this part that the FBI has given you? It is so interesting. And Dennis as a character is so amazingly disciplined that, like, the romance isn't, it's not even like a defining factor for her. It could have been there, it could be there, and there's a lot more going on, a lot more interesting stuff going on, and it's perfect. Now, she also has a close relationship with her uncle, which you will get to see, which I think plays a really major part. She's very brilliant. She's studying something in science. Obviously, I didn't pay much attention to that, but something in science that also has to, also helps with investigation. Now, getting to the middle of the book, because I love how this book is paced, right? We start, and this is the thing for me. When I started this book, I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get a notepad and a book and a highlighter because I don't know anything about this culture. And I really want to thank the author because she did an amazing job of explaining this culture in a way where you know nothing about it, but you're given a reason to stay and just be like, wow. You think you know so much, but then there's a like it's not like a hidden community. I would probably just attribute it to my ignorance. I never knew anything about this community at all. Maybe just in passing, but you get to read not even like she's giving all the tea about her community, but you get to read so much and understand so much about it that's like moving on, there is now a space in your mind for this particular community. So the starting of the book, it sets up this community and it's talking about how, okay, for example, when you're done with high school, you have to go to this particular college to study this because that's how it goes in the community. And some people, just like anything in life, some people don't want to do it because I want to do my own thing. And they also use a very interesting base of everyone in this community, the teenagers playing ice hockey, is it, or air hockey, the one where you skate. And it's just something that's, I don't know, it's amazing. It's really good. So the first half of the book sets up the community, and then you're going into the middle and you're seeing Jonis's connection with the community and ties, because remember, she's almost like an outcast. People don't really think she's like fully immersed in the community and whatever. And then everything starts to tie in. So from like her relationship with her uncle, how that helps with the investigation, because her uncle was a science teacher at the high school that she used to go to, and she enjoys science, and she kind of needs to use her science to kind of see how meth is being developed and who exactly is doing it. And then it gets to the best part, in my opinion, where, okay, maybe not the best part, but most of the interesting parts where it's like, you're reading this book, a lot of things are connecting, a lot of words are connecting, and then you're suddenly thinking, who exactly is it? It's not like a whodunit situation, but like, how do I put this in the best words? But it's like, you can't trust anyone. So everyone is under scrutiny by Donis and you, the reader. It's perfect. So if you need a reason to pick this up, it's an amazing thriller, has a slow burning romance for anyone who might enjoy it. And even if you don't enjoy a slow burn, trust me, it's one of those things where it's like, kiss her. Wait, don't kiss her because it's not the right time. It's paced perfectly. You get to explore an entirely different community. And I mean, isn't that the point of why we all read? Just to escape, where we are now. Just go into a world that you really don't know much about. And honestly, you're pulled in from the first chapter because it's like, this is just so beautifully put, and I want to really immerse myself in something I had never really known about or understood. It's mysterious. There are so many, I have to add as well, there are so many characters in this book that are set up beautifully in a world that you're still getting to understand. And they're not so complex, but they are so amazing. So like Donis has an auntie, she has a mom, who they've gone through their own particular like rituals, quote unquote, in the community. There's an uncle, there's a coach that it's perfect. And there's like her brother, her brother's friends, and then as well, her brother is her half brother, and he has a different experience because first of all, he's a man, so there's patriarchy at play, but he's also accepted by the community, so it's different. And we also, along with the mystery, get to see how Donis wants to be, or even like she's still trying to decide if she wants to be accepted by the community, and deciding to go to college with her friend, and the relationship with her friend is beautiful. You're going to understand why that plays a key factor to the investigation at the beginning of the book. So pick this mysterious, thrilling, romantic, culture and world building and beautiful. It's just amazing. So pick this book up, Firekeepers Daughter by Angeline. I hope I've been able to sell you or why you should read this book. It is, honestly, this is I'm still trying to sell you on this book, but it's so captivating that like you just get sucked into this world. And I had a moment where when I'm not reading the book, I'm like, wait, why am I where I am now? Like, why am I in this world? Why am I not back in this book? That's exactly how I felt. I just wanted to be immersed in it. I would wake up, and if I had work, I would at least try to read it before I go to work so I could just feel so. It was perfect. So anyway, that is why I think you should read Firekeepers Daughter. I hope I've been able to sell you. And next time I will come back with another book to try to sell you on. So yeah, again, Firekeepers Daughter by Angeline.